Hello, hello. Just a quick video today because I just want to rehouse the Pink Dragon Millipede babies. As you can see, there's a massive explosion in population now. All the little babies have started coming out to the surface. I know I've got a few adults as well to add to vary and mix up the bloodline a bit. Probably didn't need to do that because there's so many in here. But what I've done is I've made a slightly bigger enclosure for them. I'll probably leave some in here as well. But if they're going to kind of reproduce at that rate, I want to make sure they've got the correct space and plenty of kind of new media to burrow in and plenty of food. So I'll probably move the ones that I can see out from here and into this new tub I've got all set up with the same kind of substrate. A bit of a mix of alfalfa, sphagnum moss, potting soil, cocoa fibre, sand and lime powder. Yeah, and it might just give them a bit of a chance to expand in the ranks, and it'll also let me get an idea of how many are in here. So I'll probably have to do a bit of a time lapse here because it's going to be awkward for me to get all these little babies out and in here. It might take some time, so let's get going, and that will help me count as well because I probably will lose count as I do this. Right, that's 25 in there so far, and that's kind of all the ones I could see on the surface for the most part. But as you can hopefully see, there's still quite a lot, yeah, a lot actually burrowed underground, and there's even still babies hatching out. So I don't even know if I got half of them because I'd imagine a lot of these are going to be burrowed away. But that's probably about right at the moment. We'll say 25 in there. And then we'll say maybe another 25 that I've missed, so around 50, which is really good. I've just noticed another corpse. Is that a corpse or is that a exuvium? It's hard to tell. That's another thing though. I think if I have two of these different substrates, if there is any issues in one of them, at least I'll still have the other population. You'd never guess there was 25 in there. They've all disappeared. Yeah, I was just a bit concerned because a lot of this substrate has changed a lot. It's just kind of a deep brown now, which makes me wonder whether they've exhausted most of the nutrients in that substrate, and a lot of that stuff there is just their droppings maybe. And whilst I do keep this topped up with food like alfalfa and fish flakes and calcium, I still want to make sure that I've got a backup, and I know that this substrate mix that I worked with previously done really well, so should give them every opportunity to propagate more, and I'm going to end up with hundreds of Pink Dragon Millipedes. Yeah, you probably can't see it very well, but there is parts of exuvium there, but it's kind of hollow, so I wonder if, I don't know how well you can see it. It's just a part of what I thought was a corpse, but I don't know, it might just be the molt because it is completely hollow. I've also rehoused my assassin bugs. With my previous unboxing, I put them in an acrylic enclosure, and some of the bugs were bigger than I expected when they arrived. So I felt a bit bad because the enclosure was a bit cramped. They didn't have too much space to move around in, and I was also advised that it's a good idea to have some spots for them to be able to hang from to molt as well, which that enclosure I had them in didn't really provide. So I've now tentatively moved them over to a glass enclosure which has got some bigger living space for them. It's a bit more appropriate. It's got some more ledges there for them to hang out on and molt from if they need to, and they've been thriving really well. I definitely hope to keep the population growing. This won't be their final enclosure because these do get fairly sizable, so they'll likely need another upgrade in the future, but this should suit them for now, and it will give them the space to prevent them having any infighting, because I don't want them to get too aggressive with each other and end up with casualties. I'll definitely keep you updated though on the progress of these. Loving them, they're one of my new favourites, really entertaining to watch, especially when they feed. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to share, just a quick count while I move these millipedes over. If you like this kind of content, I usually post videos at least once a week, so consider subscribing, but stay safe and I'll see you soon.